So Mike, is this your first time coming to ICAST with your turret?
Second time.
Second time. The last time though, you didn't have a booth.
No, we shared a booth.
Shared a booth. Okay.
We just had one product.
That's right. I remember. Like, what's been the reception since you've been here?
Oh, it's been good. It's been really good this year. It was good last year, and it really got our market started.
I've been yesterday. I was all the way on the other side of it, and I heard people talking about your product. You know, all the way over here. We're a long ways apart. It's just, I feel like everybody's just. There's still a lot of people learning about the turret. You know, it's been out now for how many years?
About a little over 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's what's amazing to me is we sell ride hike products. Everybody's learning the name turret.
Yeah.
And so everywhere I go in the show, someone asks me about the turret. How's the turret going? What's the new improvement? So it's fun to develop a product and come.
You know, for me, it's a game changing. I say it all the time, but like truly it is a game changing deal to be able to lock on a spot, find that brush ball, find those fish, follow those fish. One of the most memorable fish catches in my career was last year on Champlain. I was catching them on the topwater, and I made a long cast, and they started busting over here, and I reeled it in really quick, and I saw on my active target, I saw a fish streak up from 17 feet, come up to the top, and like stop. And I would have never have seen that fish because I was on spotlight. My trolling motor's pointing over here, but I had my turret pointing at those fish. And I twitched it 2 more times, and he ate it like right there. I saw him. You know how clear the water is. I saw him come up. It's cool things like that I've learned and that's happened with the turret. Like I don't know. What's some of the most memorable fish catches you've had with?
Oh gosh, here just in the last couple of months, it's so fun. I mean, we spend a lot of time on Table Rock. I live there. You can go out in the day, hot as the day is, and you spot them big fish and fire that out there, and they'll run right up there and grab that. You can just watch them pounce on it. And I said, you know, we couldn't do that last year as good as you can this year. We constantly get better and learn more about how to run the units, and that's one of the things I think is the biggest thing I found is how to set your units, see what you want to see, and get that screen clear. Everybody, not to be critical, but everybody puts that on their trolling motor. They're at a real deficit. If they would just take the time and give somebody.
So explain why they're at a deficit. Like, I feel like I know why, but I don't know that everybody else knows why. Like, is it the interference from the trolling motor? Is it the trolling motor constantly moving? What makes it so much clearer when you go to put it on the turret?
Well, I think the interference is one. They learn to live with the interference, right, to see the fish, but then it's hard to see your bait. And I like to see the fish run down and eat the bait.
Yeah.
So the interference is one. Of course, spot lock is huge, where you can just not take away the boat drifting, the wind blowing, and stay back away so you can make you a long cast and see them. So the spot locking is very important, where you can isolate them fish. And you know, maybe this sounds crude, but I don't know why you want to fish if you don't know they're out there, because you're not going to catch very many.
Think about how many years you and I fished, and we're just fishing, hoping to be fishing next to the fish. Now when you make a cast, you're casting at a fish.
Especially in the summer and the winter. If I'm fishing, I'm going to be looking at them, and if they don't want to bite, move to the next group. You don't go very far till they get.
What I've found, like I love mine, like if I let's say, take it a step further, like everybody thinks of offshore fishing, deep fishing, what you're doing at Table Rock, but like when I'm fishing down a bank, and in Oklahoma we have lots of lakes that the fish never get deeper than 5 feet, 6 feet, 7 feet, whatever it is. So I'm fishing down the bank. Well, I'll angle my turret, say, you know, 40 degrees over here to the left or 40 degrees to the right, and I'm amazed at like a stump or something that I will catch in water this deep.
Yeah.
Yet, man, I lock the power poles down, make a cast, and it's like the biggest fish of the day, because it's a fish that you don't see.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see that stump, you don't see that lay down, but I picked it up by having that, being able to angle that turret at a different angle than my trolling motor's going while I'm going down the bank fishing. It adds fish to my catch at the end of the day that I never would have caught.
You know, I think that's exactly right. You see it have a big lay down on the bank. And on the popular lakes, somebody's going to fish that 10 or 12 times a day. And then you show up tomorrow, well, that fish has seen a lot of lures. But if you've got something offshore, 10, 20, 30 yards off, that's different. He didn't see anything for a week or two or a month. Well, he jumps on it, and it may be the biggest fish every time. And
It's not just deep water though.
No,
Like what I'm trying to say is like I use it all the time in Oklahoma for shallow stuff, like super shallow stuff. I'm blown away by it.
I also think that it's real important that people learn the trolling motor moves quick. You don't need a fast-moving turret. I mean, if you want to look over there 45 years, just move your boat. It happens in 2 seconds.
Right.
And then start looking again with that turret. It adds so much more. And another new thing we've come out with, and we're just on the front end of it, is a cable clips. Instead of having to use tape
Yeah, that's cool.
on your trolling motor. And now we've added a chemical in there. I don't know if chemical is the proper word, but a magnetic field into that is going to reduce your screen clarity about 20%. So now you don't have to put tape on. You can clip that on there and clear up your screen even a little more.
Wow.
I think that's going to be real big too. We just have showed it at the show.
That's cool. That's cool. You're on the cutting edge of everything.
But it's going to help. It's going to help everybody. And we're for everybody. I'm for all the different manufacturers. I don't care who it is, Garmin, Humminbird, Lowrance. We support them all.
Yeah.
There's a big market to teach everyone how to catch fish.
So, I operate mine with a foot pedal. If somebody doesn't want to use a foot pedal, is there another way that they could use their turret without having to use a foot pedal?
Yeah, you have a remote.
Yeah, tell me about that.
It's just a push button remote that moves it just like your foot pedal. You'd either have to have a lanyard on it or in your pocket, but you can remote it the same. And then we're working on a new deal where the foot control and the lanyard work together. Right now you have to have one or the other.
So for a fishing guide, like that's going to stay in the middle of the boat, let his clients catch all the fish, he can just stay back there at the console and operate that turret and say, hey, Joe Blow, you better throw to the left over there because there's a big pile of fish.
Sure.
That would be cool.
And then the other thing, probably giving away a few secrets, but you can deploy the trolling motor and you can be driving the boat, idling it, and turn that turret and then mark your spots from setting down. You don't have to be up there standing all day.
Yeah.
So I think that'll become big too.
For me, I like that just because I can cover a lot of water using the big motor. Now with that turret, it's just.
And when you get as old as me, you like
You're
sitting
not
down
old,
looking
Mike.
for it. Your legs won't get as tired.
I just can't thank you enough for building it because man, it's added a lot of fish to my catch total at the end of the day. So
We'll keep improving it. It'll keep getting
it's
better.
great for me right now. So I like it.
Thank you.
Thank you.